Hey, Mike. What? Who's got next?
What's good, y'all? It's your man Hezo, and welcome back to the Blacktop, where I always got next. So there's two teams I want to talk about today, and it's the Celtics and the Heat. One hot team and one kind of streaking losing team. But before I dive into all that, if you're new to my channel, as always, if you're looking for more basketball content, hit that subscribe button. Help me grow my channel out, and let's get right into it. So I want to start off with the Boston Celtics, and right now, in my opinion, they are the best team in the East. When you look at what they've been doing the last couple months, really since not even really the All-Star break, but even before the All-Star break, they have just been on a tear. They've won 5 in a row. They're 9-1 in their last 10. I just seen, and one key stat that I seen earlier today was they are number 1 in the Eastern Conference in terms of point differential. Now that might not seem like a crazy stat, but that's a pretty big deal, man, because that means that they're not only winning games, but they're winning games convincingly. I know it's only I think it was 6 points or something, but over the course of a season, a 6-point differential is pretty damn good. So right now, I think the Celtics are the best team in the East. They have championship pedigree. I think they have all the tools to win a championship. When you talk about the best defense in the league, I think they're ranked number 1. You got 2 stars in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Whoever you want to say is better is up to y'all. I've always said it's Jaylen Brown, but right now what Jason Tatum is doing, I'm not gonna say that because that boy has just been on a tear. Shout out to Jason Tatum, man. He has been balling out. And Jaylen Brown has really been playing well recently too. And I think I mentioned this in my last video. I talked a little bit about it, and I'm going to kind of piggyback on that. They are now starting to figure out how to not only play together, but they're both playing well at the same time. A lot of time throughout the season, earlier in the year, Jason Tatum will play well, Jaylen Brown had a bad game. Jaylen Brown will play well, Jason Tatum will have a bad game. And it was kind of that consistent story throughout the season. Now, they're really picking it up. And keep in mind, man, this was a team that was bottom of the conference. Like, they were ranked 11 or 12 at one point this year, and now sitting at the 3 seed can still pick up the 1 seed. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't think they want the 1 seed, because with the Nets being an A seed, if they get a 7 or 8 seed, whoever is that 1 and 2 seed, I don't know, man. I think they might be going home. Whether it's Philly and Miami, we're going to talk about Miami in a minute, but whether it's Philly or Miami, I think if Brooklyn plays Philly or Miami in the first round, Brooklyn's winning that series. Now, if they play Milwaukee or Boston, I don't know. That's a toss-up, man, because I mean, what they have Kyrie and KD, Kyrie now able to play home games. That's so big. I talked about that in my last video. They are really going to be a tough out for any team. But Boston, nobody wants to see Boston right now in the playoffs. Ime Udoka has done an excellent job in the second half of the season, really picking up the confidence of this team. And it seems like ever since Marcus Smart came out and said, they didn't really call out the team, but he said some kind of eye-opening comments, and I think that kind of lit a spark under everybody, and now they're winning ball games, man, and they are winning big. Jason Tatum is balling. I said that just a minute ago, and the Celtics right now, to me, are the best team in the Eastern Conference. I don't even think it's really close right now. Milwaukee's been pretty good, but they have lost a couple games. They've been a little inconsistent. Philly is kind of up and they're off and on. They look great since the James Harden trade, but James Harden hasn't. He's had a couple bad games in there, and Embiid's had to carry the load. The Nets are starting to pick it up. The Bulls have came back down to earth. They were fraudulent all season. I'm sorry, Bulls fans, but it's truth. I don't see the Bulls being a contender this season. I think they're still one piece away. And that's really it as far as the Eastern Conference. I don't think any other team has the capability to make a run this year specifically. I wish my Hawks would, but we're sitting at number 10 right now. And in my last video, I talked about how disappointing it was losing to the Pistons. And then we came back out and smacked the Warriors. So, well, almost blew an 18-point lead, but was able to close out the game. So, again, inconsistent Hawks. You never know what we're going to get from them. So, if we make the playoffs, maybe we'll be a threat, a sleeper, but I ain't going to get into all that. That's another topic for another day again. So let's kind of transition into the Heat now. And I think the Heat right now are on the brink of kind of losing it. They've lost now 4 in a row. They're 4-6 in their last 10. And when you look at all the things going on in that not really in the organization, but with the team, with the whole thing that happened with Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra. Now, these guys are professionals, so I don't expect that to stick and loom around the team as a morale shutdown type thing. But, I mean, that's a big thing when you got your star player screaming at your head coach, talking about fighting and everything. I don't know. That's just not a good look for the Heat. And it's showing right now on the court. Now, I know they've been missing Tyler Hero the last couple games. They did have him against Brooklyn and still got smacked. Down by 30. I mean, I was watching the first half of this game, and I was thinking that Miami was going to come out with more of a sense of urgency. It was a close game at the end of the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, Brooklyn just went on a run, and that was it. That was the end of the game right there. They were down however many points at halftime. I don't even know, but I know in the third quarter they were down 30. So, I don't know. If you're a Heat fan, you gotta be pulling your damn hair out right now because they are in a slump. I don't know what's going on with them. They need to figure it out, and they don't have much time before the playoffs. Now, I know y'all probably thinking, Hezo, it's only 4 games. They're going to be fine. They're still number 2 seed. I get that. I get all that. But if they're number 2 seed and they got to get matched up with Brooklyn in the first round, they're in trouble. And I don't think they're beating Brooklyn in the first round. So, I don't know. But I think they're kind of fraudulent. I'll be honest with you. They're a good defensive team, but they don't have enough scores. They got a lot of shooters, but they don't have enough scores. Tyler Hero's a really good scorer, but Jimmy Butler's not really known as a scorer. He only takes like 2 threes a game. I think the most threes he's made all season was, 2. I think they said that in the Brooklyn game. And that's just not going to get it done. And I know that's not been Jimmy Butler's game his entire career, but they don't have enough scores. They're an excellent defensive team, but that's the difference between them and the Celtics. The Celtics have 2 scorers that can score in any way. Jimmy Butler's not really that guy. Tyler Hero's that guy, and he's going to get a fat contract probably this offseason. But you got Duncan Robinson, who paid $90 million to, who I thought was an outrageous contract because he's a cone. He's the definition of a cone, man. He gives you one thing, and it's catch and shoot. He's great off screens, but if Duncan Robinson's missing, he gives you nothing else on offense. He'll be one of them. He's one of them dudes that will play either 10 to 15 minutes because he's either not hitting shots, or he'll play 35 minutes because he's making every shot. And that's a dude who you paid $90 million to? I'm sorry, man, but that's not it. I don't know. The Heat have some things to figure out before the playoffs. They're kind of slumping at a bad time right now, and if they get unlucky and get matched up with Brooklyn in the first round, sorry, Miami, you're going home. You're going home in the first round because you ain't beating KD and Kyrie in the first round. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to pretty much leave it there. I didn't want to talk too much on these 2 teams, but I do want to give the Celtics praise, man, and really give them credit because they deserve it, and I think that they are going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, depending on who all the matchups are in the first and second rounds. But Milwaukee and Boston are my 2 Eastern Conference Finals picks right now. So we'll see. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think Boston's the best team in the East? Leave a like, and I'll catch y'all next episode.